Singaporeans love property. Why so? Because we have aspirations. In fact, about 90% of Gen Zs and millennials see it as a key way to build wealth. And many plan to upgrade to bigger or private homes in the future. But buying property isn't always easy. Affordability and illiquidity make it tough for young investors. So what's a simpler way to tap into Singapore's residential property market? One option is investing in companies in the real estate value chain. And today we look at one of Singapore's largest real estate agencies, PropNex. PropNex is the largest real estate agency in Singapore with the biggest number of sales agents in the country. Its main earning comes from commissions on property transactions. The agency keeps a portion while the rest goes to the agents. This business model means PropNex benefits when residential property values rise and rental demand grows. So if you want a slice of the residential property market, PropNex may be the stock for you. In the first half of last year, revenue jumped 73% year-on-year, driven by a 183% surge in its project marketing segment, which now makes up 43% of total revenue, up from 24%. And profitability improved too, with gross margin rising to 11% and net margin to 7.6%, and net profit more than doubled, up 134% year-on-year. PropNex also rewards shareholders regularly. For 2024, it paid a total dividend of 7.75 cents per share. That's a 8.2% yield. The high payout included a special one-off dividend for its 25th anniversary. But normally, the company targets 75 to 80% payout ratios. For first half of last year as well, the interim dividend was 5 cents per share with an 88% payout. Thanks to its asset-light, low-debt business model, PropNex has the flexibility to keep paying dividends while investing in technology, talent, and growth. So why the property market? Property prices in Singapore have consistently risen over the years, outpacing traditional benchmarks like the STI. And despite this, how do we know that Singapore is not facing a property bubble? Strict government and bank safeguards like stress tests, debt limits, and credit checks make sure buyers are financially sound. And on top of that, households are strong, with about 89% of assets funded by equity rather than debt, which lowers the risk of forced sales. And interest rates have also started to ease. Home loans become more affordable, sparking buyer confidence. And on top of that, strong household finances, population growth, especially by foreign residents, and a steady stream of new launches are keeping demand healthy. Generally, the easing rate environment provides a supportive backdrop for PropNex earnings. In fact, we have already seen that happen between 2020 to 2022, where it was during a period of relatively lower interest rate, when the average 3-month compounded SORA was at 0.6%. And with interest rate now easing again, we expect a similarly supportive backdrop for the private property demand. We also see new launch momentum supporting transactional volumes. Third quarter of last year alone saw over 4,100 new private homes launched, nearly 3 times the previous quarter, and more than 3,200 units sold quickly. A healthy pipeline of uncompleted units and government land sales will keep the momentum going through 2025 to 2027, supporting steady and stable market activity. So what makes PropNex stand out? Firstly, it's the largest agency by number of agents with the strongest number of deals per salesperson. In simpler terms, they make up 1/3 of the agent population in Singapore, and yet they close 2/3 of all home transactions nationwide. The productivity is even more obvious in some of the newer launches such as Bloomsbury and Canberra residences, where PropNex agents sold approximately 3 to 6 times higher than the next closest agency. Secondly, having more agents also mean they have more data. Proprietary PropTech tools give agents real-time market data, automated calculations, and investment analysis, helping them close deals faster and more accurately. Picture this, you want to sell a flat today. The PropNex agent can tell you what is an adjacent unit being sold at, whether a floor higher or a floor below you, or maybe offer similar size. And this actually drives data-driven insights for you as the seller. Thirdly, all this would not have been possible without the PropNex leadership team and the PNG Academy, which provides strong training, mentorship, and a people-first culture that motivates its agents to perform at their best. As the agent base grows, so does visibility in project launches. Some initiatives like the condo giveaways in the past and the monopoly challenges strengthen client trust and engagement. All these factors create a self-reinforcing cycle: more agents, more reach, more transaction, more data, and stronger market leadership. If operating momentum is not enough to convince you, let's look at its balance sheet and how PropNex can reward you as an investor. PropNex runs an asset-light, low-debt business, giving it flexibility and strong dividends. Its revenue jumped 73% year-on-year in first half of last year, and net profit rose 122%, and it maintains high ROE and margins compared with competitors like ERA. Next, we look at its valuations, specifically its price-to-earnings ratio, which is what the market is valuing the company for each dollar of its earnings. And PropNex is currently trading at a forward price-to-earnings of 17.9 times, higher than historical averages and peers, but that's justified by growth in the property market, a productive agent base, and a proprietary technology. We assign a fair PE of 22 times to its 2028 earnings, pointing to a target price of 2.98 Singapore dollars, nearly 59% upside plus an estimated 5.8% dividend yield. Backed by GEMS, MAS EQDP, and now included in the iEdge Singapore Next 50 Index, PropNex stands to benefit from higher liquidity, wider analyst coverage, and passive funds inflows. Of course, risks remain: cooling measures, higher rates, tighter licensing requirements, and even scam concerns. And while Johor's Special Economic Zone and the RTS link may challenge rental use in the northern part of Singapore, the impact is expected to be limited given capacity constraints. No investment is risk-free, not even the property market. But with PropNex's dominance, track record, and cash-generative model, it helps it to stay resilient even when market slows. So if you're looking to tap into the Singapore's property market without buying a home, PropNex is a simple way to invest in a market leader with strong growth, high dividends, and a proven track record. And the best part, you can start with just a few $100s. For more, visit fsm1.com and check out our research articles. I am Charmaine, research analyst at iFAST, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!